If you're new to sales, you're going to want to watch this, especially if you're in sales already too. You're going to want to watch this if you're feeling a little stuck. Maybe you're not even in sales and you just want to learn a little bit more about how it operates or how to persuade people. So in this video, I'm going to give you 3 points to help you better understand what's actually going on in sales. If you think about it, like, sales is crazy. Like, persuading somebody to like give you money or give your team money is pretty crazy. Like, how are you going to get them to do it? And most people want to follow a script or follow different tactics to actually get there. And they think, like, if I just say the right things, then we're going to get there eventually and they're going to hand over the money. But it really doesn't work like that. So I'm not here to give you like cliches or scripts or magical words, anything like that. I'm going to give you 3 things that I've learned throughout my sales journey to potentially help you on yours. I spent 6 years. I started in door knocking, in roofing, and I've done over the phone sales. I've done virtual sales. That's what I do now, and I really enjoy that the best. But like all sales, they operate the same way. The first thing to actually recognize is when you reach out to a person, they can sense you're putting on a performance. People don't want a performance. They can sense that instantly. They can spot what's real and what's not. Even if their mind is playing tricks on them, there's still like something in the back of their mind. If you're not dialed in, if you're not forthcoming, if you're not straightforward with them, they're going to sense that, whether they realize it in the moment or not. So it's not just about being yourself. You hear that all the time. It's about being straightforward and transparent from the very moment you interact with somebody. If I go up to you, I stick out my hand to shake it. And while I'm doing that, my thought process is, how am I going to get this person to really just give me some money? Even if you're thinking that just a little bit, which we all are, if you don't actually have control over that, that's going to bleed out and they're going to sense that. Familiar tones is going to help you, but also just being transparent. You don't have to do anything fancy. Some people, they don't like certain questions to be asked, like simple interaction. You're first interacting with somebody, how are you, or how are you doing? As long as you're coming from a place of, this is a genuine, like, we're strangers, I don't know you yet, but I want to introduce myself. As long as that's the energy, you're going to be fine. It doesn't matter what words you say. People can sense your performance. That's the first thing. The second thing, and this is what a lot of people maybe misunderstand, is that it's not that people hate being sold, they hate being misunderstood. And what I mean by that is, if you're trying to sell them, if you're trying to get your point across without you even understanding what they're going through or what their problems actually are, that's where sales actually fails for everyone. It's not that people don't want to be sold, because people are buying things at all points of their day. Like, at certain points of their day, they're going to buy something. So it's not the fact that they hate being sold. They just don't like being misunderstood. Nobody likes being misunderstood. So coming from a place of, I want to understand what this person is going through genuinely, because maybe I've been through some shit as well, is going to get you a long way. That at the very core is what's going to lead to more trust. It's not about building rapport that is relatable. It's not being like super relatable, like, oh, you grew up there, oh, I used to go there too. It's not about that at all. Get to the point, be straightforward, and actually dig into what actually is going on. Not just maybe you're like selling business to business. It's about like their business's problems for sure, but it's also about them. So keeping them in your mind, putting yourself in their shoes, for lack of better terms, that's what people are wanting. That's how they want to be sold. It's not that they hate being sold. The third thing, with them wanting to be sold, they also want to be led. Whatever you're selling right now, whether it's $100, whether it's $10, whether it's 10 grand, they want to be led. They want to have an understanding of what this thing is actually going to do. And a lot of times it's a very difficult decision. Whenever somebody is about to fork over some money, whenever it's a process like that, the fear in their mind, without them knowing it, takes over. Your amygdala is the place of, like, I forget what the amygdala actually does, but essentially it helps you make decisions. And so when somebody's thinking about losing money, their amygdala, everything shuts down and fear takes over that portion of their brain to help to basically cause them to lose reasoning. So they're not thinking about, is this thing gonna get me from point A to point B? They're thinking, shit, I'm in fight or flight mode, because losing money is like death. There's been studies to prove that, like, shoveling over money in a very significant way is the same chemical process goes on when somebody is dying, or when somebody is, like, a family member or close person is dying. It's a very psychological, misunderstood process. But once you know that, and once you know, like, people, they want to be sold in the right way, they want to be understood, they want to be led through a very difficult decision at the end of the day. They want to be challenged in the right way. So, 1, transparency. Don't feel like you have to put on a performance. Talk to that somebody like you're introducing yourself as a friend. If you genuinely care about their situation, and it's more than, I got to get mine, and how am I going to say the right things to get mine, if you can overcome that, you're going to do great. The second thing, people want to be sold. They just hate being misunderstood. The third thing, they want to be led through that difficult part of the situation, of the problem, of the sales process. If you understand those 3 things, yes, you're going to have to learn your offer if you're new, and there's going to be a lot of things going on in your mind as you're learning that thing, and knowing the right questions, like having a general framework of questions that you need to know to better understand them is going to be, like, super solid. But at the end of the day, whatever offer you choose, I recommend you, 1, fall in love with it, or be able to fall in love with it. Because if you don't believe in what you're selling, then you can't really do it correctly. And 2, it has to be a thing that is very relatable. Even if it's like business to business, you can still relate with that person. You can still put, like, the business aside and get to the root of the problem. Everybody has basically the same problems. So if you're able to put yourself in their shoes and understand that, you're going to be solid. Those are my 3 things. Pretty short today, but hopefully that helps you if you're going into a new offer, or if you're feeling stuck at your offer now, or maybe you just want to persuade some people at home. That's it.